Hey guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today. Hope you're all doing better than I was this morning. I'm doing a lot better now, but I ended up waking up at 4 o'clock this morning to a kidney stone. So that was fun. Woke up at 4 for that. Didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a pulled muscle because it felt like it was a pulled muscle, and then it would move to the front, and then it would quit, and then it would move to the back again, and then it was front, and that's basically just a kidney stone passing at that time, or passing through at least one set of tubes that it has to go through. So about 6:30, 7 o'clock, my mom drove me over to the hospital. Still got the band on. Just got home not too long ago. It's like noon. As soon as I got in there, it was weird because they said they knew something was up when it's 16 degrees out and I'm just in a dead sweat, just drenched in sweat, looking very pale and hunched over. Like it was not a fun time, and I never want to go through that pain ever again in my life. So no, and because of that, I do need to change my eating habits. I don't drink enough water. When they were trying to, I don't have the bands on me now. You can kind of see a little red dot on my hand. They have that on both hands because they were trying to prick it and see where they could get a vein, but they couldn't get one because I was so dehydrated. So they had to end up taking a ultrasound on my arm and getting some blood that way. After all that ordeal, I definitely do need to switch over to start drinking a lot more water and being hydrated. So I picked up a few things of water today on my way home. So I'm just waiting for the morphine to kick off. And then after that, I'm thinking, well, after that and a nap, because I only got 2 hours of sleep this morning. Then I'll jump into the advent calendar stuff and we can take it from there. I'm just gonna relax a little bit now, take a nap, and when we get up later, I'll jump into that stuff for you. So I think what ended up happening is because I got so much pain this morning with the kidney stone, with being I was doing laps in my house trying to figure out ways of getting comfortable. I was so tired, only getting 2 hours of sleep. I was keeling over everywhere, leaning on stuff just to try and ease the pain. And it sucked. It absolutely sucked. It's the worst pain in the world. I never want to go through that again. But I think I got such a harsh deal in the beginning of it that the ending process of it, where it's supposed to be like it's supposed to hurt basically until the end of it. But I think I got a good deal at the end of it where everything was kind of just broken down. And even after the morphine is done and over with, there's no pain, there's nothing. So awesome. Morphine is some great stuff when used correctly. This one took me a little while to figure out. I knew it was a transport of some kind. I just wasn't sure which one. So this is an Imperial troop transport. It's pretty cool. Pretty easy design to do, in my opinion. So it's kind of hard to mess this one up. But yeah, neat. So for this book, we have Christmas in the Bell Tower, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now, did you guys ever like this story or movie when they made it way back in the day? I was kind of heads or tails for it. I didn't really enjoy it per se, but I absolutely love the music for it. And the story, because I was bullied when I was a little kid, and seeing how he was treated in the movie, it was extremely touching. And it makes me wonder, if they did do a live action, how it would be received. If you had to pick the next movie that Disney made that was a live action, which one would you pick to be a live action? Me personally, I would probably go with Hercules. I don't feel that movie gets enough love, and I would love to see a good live action Hercules movie with like Hades, Meg, Phil, and you could get Danny back to play Phil. So I'm all cool with more Danny DeVito. And as for the puzzle, we have Nice to Snow You. Very cool. Alright, so I'm trying to find some weather stuff right here. I gotta show you this. This is nuts. Here we go. It is 10 degrees with a wind of 12. Feels like -6. That is nuts. And it's supposed to get down to 7. It stays at, looks like it stays at, -5, -4. Ooh. -3. That's 0. It's starting to go back up. And 1. Okay, so about 4 a.m. is supposed to start seeing a rise in temperature. And then here's the best part. You look at next week. Look at this. 40s. Mid 40s, high 40s. We could actually get into 50 degrees on a couple of those days. At least that's what the local weather channel or local weather stations were saying. This is all weatherchannel.com and AccuWeather, but the local weather channels were calling for getting into the 50s next week. That's insane. How we go from a feeling of -4, -5, -6, all the way up to 50 within the span of a week. I feel bad for people like me who got some joints that get affected by weather like that. So it's like my shoulders, more so with my elbows, but my shoulders will feel it where they just get really sore and it hurts to move them. So I feel sorry for people like that because I know my dad gets like that too. So getting off of work yesterday was awesome, minus the kidney stone and all, but it also set me back a little bit. Trying to catch up on laundry, while also trying to work on the first vlog for December with the first few or so advent calendar on there, as well as trying to finish up my work thing that I was supposed to hang up like today or tomorrow. That still needs to be painted and finished. So that's on hold for right now until I finish the vlog. Gonna put another thing of laundry in, but before that, we still need to do today's advent calendar. This is the third ship now from the Mandalorian series. We had the crest for the first one, the Razor Crest. Riot Mara's ship from, I want to say that was first season. No, it wasn't second season. First season. I want to say episode 5. And then you have this one, and this is actually from the very first episode. I want to say. I'm trying. I got to go back and rewatch all of them. But I want to say this was the only time we saw this. Might have been the first episode. I don't believe we saw it again. And I forgot the name of the character because I don't really pay attention to the minor characters that much. But this one's really cool. I like this one. So for today's book, we have another Disney princess, a classic, A Perfect Party, Cinderella. This one mainly has to do with Cinderella planning an event, going more old school. She's doing a lot of the work, like how she was raised, and when the staff are kind of trying to figure out like what's going on, because it's like we should be doing that, not the princess. Well, come to find out, the party was actually for the staff, so it was kind of a nice treat to them. But in the story, and you can kind of tell from the title, that little dude right there is Gus. So my question for you guys that has to do with this book, something to think about, is what is your favorite animal that is not a lead character, that is a side character in the cartoon or the movie or the book? What would be your side character? Like Gus, for example, is here. You have Raja from Aladdin. You have the pig and the rooster from Moana. There's so many out there, and it can't be main animals either, like Fox and the Hound, like Todd and Copper, or Stitch. I mean, it's called Lilo and Stitch, so he would be in the title. But it can't be a main animal. It has to be a secondary animal. Who would be your all-time favorite? And for the Disney puzzle, we have Minnie and a snowman. You make me melt. Very cute. Went after work to the grocery store, and look what I found. Some Chick-fil-A sauce. This is awesome. They had this one, and they also had I want to say teriyaki was another one. They may have more flavors, I'm not sure, but those are the only two that I saw at the local Pick and Save, which is a Kroger-based company. Those are the only two that I saw there. So I'm not sure if they have others, but this is amazing. Tried it on some chicken that I picked up. Hello, phone. Tried this on some chicken that I picked up. Delicious. So I don't want to add a lot of it because it's probably got not so healthy stuff to it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a normal sauce, so it's not exactly the healthiest thing, but tastes delicious. All right, so I'm watching some YouTube on TV tonight and trying to paint and finish up, or get really close to finishing up, my project for work for the Nightmare Before Christmas. And I wanted to show you something because this paint that I'm using, I got it from Michael's years ago. I'm talking like almost 6 years ago at this point. It is it's Artist Loft, but it's the academic level. There's 3 levels. Professional is, I think it's like academic, amateur, professional, and this is academic. The issue with this stuff is that you have to use it right away. I got this 5-6 years ago, and it has definitely clumped up and is sticking together, and it's more like a paste. But it's working in my favor, because if you look at a lot of the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, it doesn't look like smooth clay. It looks like clay that has some texture to it, like you took a dry brush to it in some spots, and it has more texture and life to it. This paint is, or this paste at this point, is turning out to almost be like that. So it works in my favor. And as you can see, it's actually giving it a grainy look to the paint. It's not coming out thin and smooth. It's actually got some grain to it, which I really like. So I'm gonna go through, paint this, and we'll see how far I get tonight, and we'll kick it up tomorrow again if I don't finish it. All right. Ooh, that is really bright. Jesus. So had a little bit of a boo-boo. It's actually the next day now. I stayed up until about 11-ish working on that project for work. Still working on some of it. I'll finish it up tomorrow while I'm actually at work. But just got out of the shower, shaved, and I did a little bit of a boo-boo. I missed yesterday in terms of the advent calendar. It is now the 9th, and I didn't do 8. So we got to do 8 and 9. Let's dive into doing both of the Star Wars things first, and then we'll do both of the puzzles. And there we go. We got our little, I don't know if it's a camera or a radar or what. I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me in the comment section. But then we also have our Tusken Raider, which I don't have any of those, so I'm really pumped to get that one. All right, so for day number 8, we had Jasmine's Snowy Day, based on Aladdin, with Jasmine and the genie and Abu and whatnot, and the magic carpet. Basically, it was a really low-key story. Jasmine just wanted to be somewhere where it wasn't so hot. She wanted snow, so the genie made snow, and they had a snow day in Agrabah. It was extremely short. Usually the books go all the way until the very last page. This one ended like 1, 2, 3, like 3 or 4 pages early. Like that's how many pages. So I don't think they really had a good story with this one, to be honest. But it was a cute story. I'll give it that. But that raises the question on snow days. Growing up, I didn't have any snow days, not until I got to college, and then I think I may have had 2. Like in the 6 years that I was in college, I may have had 2, maybe 3 tops. But in high school, grade school, middle school, I didn't have any of those snow days. I didn't get to call home for snow. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys ever had snow days, and if you did, what did you do during those snow days? And I just quickly finished up the next story for number 9, and that was Donald's Christmas Gift. This one, the art style was a little more different than the other one, so I'm thinking this one had to do more so with maybe leaning towards Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse type thing, because it mentioned the clubhouse in here. I like the story. It was very cute, but it's also one of those Christmas tropes that is definitely used a lot, where everyone was pitching in for Donald's gift, and they were selling their own gifts to make sure Donald had that one special gift. He had a golden piggy bank to put all his pennies in, and while Donald was going from store to store to figure out what his friends had gotten him, he ended up feeling really bad that they were all getting rid of their most cherished items, so he bought them all back with all of his pennies, gave them their gifts back for Christmas, felt really good with the Christmas spirit, and then he ended up getting the piggy bank for pennies that he didn't have anymore, because he spent them all on his friends. So it's a very heartwarming story for sure, and I'm definitely not saying it's a bad one by any means. It's just overplayed a lot. All right, so we have 8 and 9. 8 says, "Season's greetings from Walt's Holiday Lodge, open all winter." It says open all winter right here, real small. And then we have 9, which is, "'Tis the season to be jolly." I like both of them. Well, I like all these puzzles so far, but this one is making a leap for my favorite one out of all of them so far. It's just cool. I know it doesn't have any of the characters in it, which is a bummer, but I like the logos. I like a lot of old school-ish, nostalgic kind of logos for Disney. Like I'll show a picture of it right now, the Walt Disney World Railroad logo. I think that's really cool, and I actually thought about getting that as a tattoo. But yeah, this one is definitely becoming one of my favorites for sure. So I'm sitting here editing this video, ready to put it out and I realized I never had a proper ending for this one, so my apologies for that. But nonetheless, I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your December and holiday season. With Christmas and Halloween, they seem like they were like literally a couple weeks ago, and now we're a week or two away from Christmas already. Stuff is just flying by. But that is going to do it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Share the video, the more the merrier. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care and peace out.